everybody. Welcome to another episode of Roll Around, Find Out. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something that randomly popped into my head, and it may be unique just to me, but I want to explore the idea of using Mad Libs in my game. Now, I have mentioned before that I am a middle school teacher. I run an after-school D&D club every other Friday, and I do summer school, which is a 4-week program. And I'm always looking for ways to make TTRPGs more accessible for kids. They come to me, they're excited, whether they know Lord of the Rings, most likely this generation, Stranger Things, and they've heard about Dungeons and Dragons, but they know nothing about it. And usually how it works, like right now, specifically, I'm running a table for about 10 kids. And it's fine. It's going well. They're enjoying themselves. But 10 middle schoolers is a little crazy. And so I'm trying to implement things to really encourage kids to say, you know what? I've got a base understanding. I can be a DM. I can do it. And my big revelation was this past summer. I said, you know what? These kids do not need I don't know how many 300-page player's handbook for D&D. Yeah, the art is cool, but I can't tell you how many times I sat down with a kid and I said, okay, do you want to be a human, a dwarf, or an elf? Elf gets this benefit. They only sleep 4 hours. They meditate. A dwarf has this ability. And it was just, I don't know. I just want to play the game. Like, imagine a newborn. Nice. Imagine a newborn trying to play Monopoly. It just doesn't work. But me, as the DM, they sit down and I'll just briefly say, hey, on your character sheet, what's your strength? +2. Okay, roll your d20, add 2, and you're trying to hit this number. I mean, that is all you really need to know. Especially for D&D. Roll a d20, add a stat, beat a number. Those combinations of words, that formula is worth billions of dollars. That is wild. So, let me actually do a little self-promotion here. If I go through Drive-Thru RPG, I don't even remember the name. Let me try Super Simple RPG. Will it come up? Not looking good. What if I search my name? No, it would be Roll Around, Find Out. Oh, there we go. Easy made-up role-playing game. Oh, only 3 stars, 1 rating. Did they leave a review? What did they say? Boring. No, they didn't. That's okay. So, this is about as simple as it gets. Here's the core system. I finally decided, okay, you know what? They don't care about elves. They don't care about dwarves. They don't care about tieflings, dragonborn, anything. They have, the table I'm running right now is a perfect example. One kid is Link from Zelda. One is King Ankle Breaker. All he does is just break your ankles. I had a kid, if you've listened to my previous ones, a kid who was Steve from Minecraft. Okay? Now, I'm 39 years old. pretty much a boomer. This kid who was Minecraft Steve, I know who Minecraft Steve is, comes to me and says, I'm not Minecraft Steve anymore. Oh, okay. What are you doing? What are you Hero Brian? I know that's a Minecraft thing. Maybe he wanted to be Alex. Maybe he wanted to play a Wither. I don't know. I'm just saying Minecraft things. And then he says, no, I want to be a train. I don't even... He gave me some specific name. I don't know if it was from Minecraft. I have no idea what it was. But okay. You are now a train. Like, what do I do with that? Now, that's why these kids come. They want to use their imagination. They want to be creative. They don't want to be pigeonholed to these set of rules. So on my very blurry example here of this game, when I'm trying to do these things, I roll 3d6 because I'm good at blank, blank, and blank. When I'm trying to do this thing, I only roll 1d6 because I'm bad at blank, blank. Right? This has worked perfectly for me. Last summer, I completely got rid of Dungeons and Dragons, and we played the ever popular Knave. I cannot tell you how... Oh, yeah, that's right. They're coming out with a Kickstarter of the second edition. I cannot tell you how this has transformed my love for the hobby, transformed my understanding of role-playing games. It's so simple, but just so powerful. Canav 3. Let's do this. Let's go to itch. When I did my review, I know that I used one of these in here. And this one, zine format. This is not my favorite one, but I will recommend this one. Ooh, this is new. Handcrafted by... I wonder if they changed this up a little bit. Anyways, Knave is a couple of dollars. I think $5 on DriveThruRPG, and I highly recommend you go pay Ben his money. I own it, but it's not the original version, or maybe even the official version, is laid out very weird. So I like this zine format. But this opened up the world to me of, you know what? I don't have to have classes. And if I don't have classes, I don't have to have race. If a kid comes to my table and says, I'm a Cyclops, I'm a 10-foot Cyclops. Excuse me, I've been holding back a yawn. Okay. Do I have mechanics for that? No. Do I need mechanics for that? No. So then we just go to, okay, if you're a Cyclops, you're 10 foot tall, then what's something you're really good at? Oh, I'm really good at, like, climbing trees. Yeah, perfect. Great. Go for it. You're good at that. I'm really big and I'm really strong. Okay, great. Anytime you have to make a strength check, you roll 3d6 for this system. So this helped my players kind of, I mean, what I do, I go off on tangents. This helped my players access the game quicker. But that only solves half my problem. The other half is, how can I get my players to step up to the plate and become a DM? The player of the table of 10 that I'm running right now, I really wish it was 3 tables of 3 plus 1. Or even two tables of 5. I don't need to be the DM. I think these kids have it in them. They just don't know where to start. So today, I'm thinking about topics. I'm like, all right, I want to record a podcast. What could my topic be on? And I don't know what sparked it, but I thought, you know what? There's got to be something to help kids be a DM. And just popped in my small brain, and I said, what about a Mad Lib? So I instantly go to my boy, ChatGPT, and we will certainly go over this. I think this is okay. But then I thought, why don't I do a Google search? So, we'll come back to that. So sure enough, Mad Lib Dungeon Generator. And I've got a couple of tabs here that we're going to go over. Might spend some time just umming and ahhing while I research some more here live in my recording. Oh, Don John, I need to check this out more. So, let me show you what I got. The first one that I had pulled up as soon as we got here, this is what I'm worried about. I'll start with the negative. If you've ever played a Mad Lib, if you don't know what a Mad Lib is, let me get you a good example. Probably should have started with that a long time ago. Mad Libs. Images. Sure, let's pull this up. A Mad Lib is like a 90% complete story or situation, and you fill in the blanks. So you would tell somebody, all right, write down an adjective, write down a noun, write down an adjective, write down a noun, a place. Okay, so we know Star Wars is a blank blank of blank versus evil in a blank far, far away. We know this is probably galaxy. But here you could say Star Wars is a dark table of yellow versus evil in a galaxy far, far away. You can get just the most random answers. And that's bad. That's what I worry about. And so this first website I found, I'll take you back to what it looked like. I just typed in randomness. Anything in here in the stars is what I typed in, and I kept it really basic. But here's a dungeon generator. It's 4 a.m, the end of cow. Okay, I came up with cow because that's a noun. I'm blank, or it was, wow, it was blank. I'm run you now occasionally to see if you're better. New mom is cold, but I like where I'm dash. Okay, what is happening? So let me go back. This website here, madlibsgenerator.pythonanywhere.com. I typed these words in, and maybe I'm not smart enough to put the correct nouns in, the correct adjectives, adverbs. Oh, we're getting into stuff that's above my pay grade. But I plugged all these things in, and it turned out terrible. So I thought, okay, this has potential. If this was better, I could give this link to a kid. And then I thought, I want something paper. I don't want them to have to be on their Chromebooks or their laptops. As soon as they get on a computer, it's whatever last game they were on, and that's what they're going to be playing, and D&D's out the window. Pen and paper, old school, theater of the mind, at least for middle schoolers, that's best. That's how I have found best. Okay, so then I came up with this pretty sweet find. Homebrewery.naturalcrit.com. D&D Mad Libs. The players are level. Sweet. This is a one-shot generator. Now, I'll back it up and say I'm looking for a dungeon Mad Lib generator. This is more of an adventure, but this is, I think, a good template of what I'm going for. Okay. The players are level D20. Occupation minus a D20. Okay, so the players are level, let's just say 10. And they are investigative journalists. All right, sweet. The players are level 10 investigation journalists in an... Okay, location. Let's just keep it 10 for all of them. In a city in the Feywild. Okay, now this right off the bat, I know cannot use this in middle school. They have no idea what what the Feywild is. Excuse me. Do they know what a volcano is? Absolutely they do. So some of these might need to be tweaked for my application, but okay. They are level 10 investigation journalists in a city in the Feywild. Period. A or an instigator, D20. So where's an instigator? Right here. We're going to stick with 10. A crew of 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Action, D10. Kidnaps and impersonates the recipient, the local cleric or priest, and the players must respond with 10. Oh, we don't have 10. So let's go D8. Must find a MacGuffin to resolve the situation. Kids would have no idea what a MacGuffin is. The people around them. People's response. Start a riot or revolution. Okay, we'll say they start a riot. In the course of the adventure, plot twist, D8. We'll just pick the last one. The players meet a long-lost family member they never knew they had. Okay? So, I like this. This is a great example of what I'm looking for. A Mad Lib with a table of choices. I like this. One, well, it's not in the context that I'm looking for, but the things I like about it, it's very structured. Okay? There's a group of players. They are assigned jobs, which I could see some kids saying, what? Well, I guess some would say, what's an investigation journalist to begin with? But let's just say it was baker, and someone would, again, my context for me, some kid would say, I hate baking. Okay. Well, hey, it's a game of make-believe. We're all pretending, so you have to pretend you're a baker and be creative. Use your imagination. How can the skills of being a baker help you in this situation? Okay. But it gives them a plot, a place, and a problem. I just came up with those 3 P's, but I love it. A plot, a place, and a problem. I am gonna write that down because that might be what I end up calling this. A plot, a place, and a problem. I just solved all the world problems right there. Okay, so thank you, homebrewery.naturalcrit.com. This is, I'm actually going to bookmark it before I forget. This is super amazing what I'm going for. All right. Then I came across this website, roleplayingtips.com. Had no idea this thing existed. I'll be checking more out of this because it's the ultimate guide to 5-room dungeons. But here we go. Here they have a system very much like plot, place, problem. They have a system called hook, line, and sinker. The example, hook. The PCs are traveling to destination. When they stumble across a creature or object, that's the hook. The line, the creature or object has a map where X marks a spot that's nearby. If the party follows the map, they find blank. Unfortunately, the blank discovery, I should have said that before, the discovery, is a trap because the map is a fake created to lure the foolish to this place. A danger waits to ambush treasure seekers. I like this. It's short. It doesn't have tables. Pro, con. Pro, much more streamlined, gives the kids creativity to pick their own answers. Con, you run the risk of, like, let me come up with literally the dumbest things here. The PCs are traveling to space when they stumble across a space rock. The space rock has a map where X marks the spot that's nearby. If the party follows the map, they find a birthday cake. Unfortunately, the birthday cake is a trap because the map is a fake created to lure the foolish to this place. A vegetable waits to ambush treasure seekers. And for the 100th time today, I work with middle schoolers. Okay, this is like where they're at, or they would be more so like, the PCs are traveling to Bro Town when they stumble across you play Fortnite? It's just, that's the world that I live in. Okay, so I like this. Okay, sure. I'll read this example too that they give. Hook. The PCs are traveling to Greyhawk City when they stumble across 3 bodies filled with arrows like porcupines. That's the hook. That's a great hook. Line. One of the corpses has a bloody map clutched in its hand where X marks a spot that's nearby. If the party follows the map, they find a dark cave entrance. Perfect. Sinker. Unfortunately, the cave is a trap because the map is fake, created to lure the foolish to this place. A group of bandits armed with bows wait to ambush treasure seekers. Love it. Great. If I was with high schoolers or more experienced players, yeah, great story. But for a DM, a middle schooler with no experience, there's no way they're going to come up with that. So just I'm thinking it's great. I'm going to bookmark this one too. I love the hook, line, and sinker template. I think this could be expanded more. Like, they don't always have to be traveling to a place. Another thing, just randomly before I forget to mention it, if I'm in a group of, or if I have a table of, let's say, 4 kids, I don't want one kid to always be the DM. I'm thinking about my groups that I have right now. There's one group, everyone's on board with the one kid being the DM, and they're all experienced. They've been in my club for 3 years, going on a couple of them was 4 years now. But one is a 6th grader, and the rest are 5th graders. And the 6th grader, he's doing great, but he just has like a little, he's kind of bitten off a little more than he can chew. And he's kind of got 4 players that are following along, but we are in December. This has been going on since early September, and I know his story is starting to wane, and I want to give the other players at the table a chance to be a DM, but it's easier to be the player, right? It's more work to plan and prep. And so, a tangent within a tangent, I kind of like, from a learning perspective, if I gave this to everybody and a DM put their spin on it and everybody at the table runs it, then another DM takes it, puts their spin on it, they run it, and then they all talk afterwards and say, oh, I like that you had this on a pirate ship. Oh, I liked that we were battling in a volcano. Just, okay, we had a basis, and then we repeated it, but in a different way. And so then they have conversations, and they learn and they grow, and they become better game masters. Okay, that's like my hopes and my dreams. All right. Okay. Now, this Don John will be the segue here. I'm going to do an extended episode on online resources. I've been bookmarking some things, and I think some really nice DM tools to help And this is Don John. It looks like it's from like 1987. Graphics have not been updated, but this website has so many resources. So many. It's been a while since I've been on here, but you got to check it out. Okay. So trying to segue to my next part here, but all right, D20 random dungeon generator. It gives you the name, the secret sepulcher of souls, dungeon level 1, motif. I don't know. It's abandoned, we'll say. Every map gets a seed, and as you can see, there's tons here. Let's go with let's go tiny dungeon. I really want a 5-room dungeon. Dungeon layout, sure, rectangular, peripheral egress, nope. Now, again, I can't give this resource to my middle schoolers. They're not going to know, but let's construct the dungeon. 30 rooms, that's tiny? That's tiny. Okay, yikes. Okay, but, this is pretty amazing. It fills the dungeon. It's clearly labeled 30, 33, 26, C, I, where would C be on here? Okay, here's C. Okay, so right there, what does that mean? Stone blocks from ceiling, CR3, mechanical, location trigger, repair, reset, attack plus 10, melee, 4d6, stone block, search, DC 25, disable device, DC 20. Okay. As an adult, sure, I understand about 90% of what I just read, but not all of it. Can't give this to a kid. This would be amazing. If I can find some resource exactly like this, but kid-friendly, that would be brilliant. And maybe it exists, and I just don't know. So give me help. Type something down in the doobly-doo. Reach out, and you're like, oh, yeah, I got exactly what you need. Perfect. Great. Thank you. Okay. This was way bigger than I wanted. Can I go back? I can't go back. And it's gone forever. That's okay. So, a resource I might be able to give kids and share is something I found, and this was in my online resources research. app.dungeonscrawl.com. There's another one, which when I go in deeper, I'll talk about, but this one right here gives like really good idea of what I'm going for here. I've given kids graph paper before to draw their own dungeons, and it doesn't really stick. Again, it doesn't quite they don't have the context to. Again, it's like a newborn trying to play Monopoly. Like, what does a get out of jail free card mean? A newborn's not going to know that. Now, if I can get lucky and search one page dungeon, and oh, this has got really good reviews. Oh, this I think is actually it. Yep. So I have this literally on my table of resources for kids that they can go, and here's a dungeon for them to run. Every room is labeled, and it's up to them to roleplay it. You know what? It actually looks like it uses the website we're going to use right now. So this might be more of an advanced thing for my students, but I think this website here is amazing. I personally would rather draw it by hand, but this certainly serves a purpose. This certainly should exist. So here you basically just draw a dungeon. So here's your first room. Here's your connecting hallway. Let's build off of this corner here like this. And let's build like this. Okay, super basic. Here's the entrance to the dungeon. Here's room 1. Okay, gonna click on the text tool. Click right here. This is different than it was before, but there we go. Labeled number 1. Okay, we've got a list of tools here. Stairs tool. I haven't used stairs tool yet. Let's see, what does this look like? Oh, oh, hello. What is? Oh, yikes. Control Z. We're gonna undo that. Let's see. Can I do this? Oh, that is like. Oh, okay. I got to do it horizontal first, and then down like that. Oh, okay. That's cool. And then let me build a room off of that. It looks kind of gross, but okay, that's fine. Okay, anyways, back to it. Different tools down here. There's custom shapes. There's hexagons, octagons, whatever. And kind of cool, you can change what it looks like. So this is called thatching, I think, or hatching, which is kind of like a more natural dungeon. But if I go down, let's see. This is more like stone, little brown clay. This is more like rock formations. You can change the outlook to it, and it's basic. It's not, Wizards of the Coast would never use this. But I think if I gave a kid this and I said, make your own dungeon, use your Mad Lib to then fill your dungeon, a 5-room dungeon, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think they could do it. They're much more tech savvy. They probably don't want to draw something out on a graph paper. So some kids will play with this resource and I think like it. Another one, this would only be for the people with kids. If you go to this thing called GimKit, actually I don't want gimkit.com. Let me just go to let me just search GimKit. There is a map building feature on here. GimKit map. Let's try that. Yeah. This is a good example here. Make it a little bigger. Kids can design their own maps, and they control these cute little avatars, I guess you'd call them. And other players can join, and they can move around like a VTT, like a virtual tabletop, which is pretty cool. Okay. Not what I wanted this episode to be about, but throwing that out there. Okay. Let's get to my boy. Can't go an episode without talking about ChatGPT. So I typed in, I'm a little upset with myself. I typed in a prompt before, and it was this exact thing, but it gave me something completely different, which I liked. It wasn't perfect. And then I typed another thing in on top of it. I replaced it. Didn't like it. I said, okay, let's go back. Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, this is okay. This is okay, and we'll get into it. So I have create me a Mad Lib for a dungeon crawl one-shot for a TTRPG. Okay. The title, The Misadventure in the Cursed Catacombs. Right off the bat, not happy about that. I would want my DM to name the story. Welcome, brave adventurers, to the perilous dungeon known as blank. In this epic one-shot, you'll face daunting challenges, uncover ancient secrets, and confront creatures that lurk in the shadows. But beware, for danger awaits around every corner, and your fate hangs in the balance. Before you embark on this treacherous journey, let's fill in the blanks to set the stage for your dungeon crawl. Okay, I like this. This format is a very collaborative format. Getting the players involved. Pros and cons to that. Pros, everybody's involved. Pros, more ideas, more creativity. Great. Possibly more buy-in. Cons, for me, middle schoolers, more opportunity for noun. Fart. Oh, plural. Farts. So, got to be careful. But they got 10 things, and I think totally doable. As soon as the session starts, I need adjective, noun, creature type, adjective, location, blah, blah, blah. You can read the screen. Okay. Now, insert your choices into the following narrative. I did not count these all out, but I'm hoping there are 10 total blanks. So, give you the overview of ChatGPT. I love it. It's a great resource, but oftentimes I say it's just a jumping off point. So, in the land of location. Okay, so that's here. Already disappointed that it's not in order. We're going to run into that problem when we have like noun, plural, or all of these adjectives. Like, how are they going to know which one to pick? Or maybe the DM decides. So many options. Okay. In the land of location, a adjective dungeon stands as a testament to the adjective forces that once ruled the realm. Okay. I already know. I'm going to have to go back and change this to a kid-friendly dungeon crawl. Let's go down. I made some tweaks to it. I said, I love all of that, but can you also implement dungeon rooms and it should be an end boss. Okay. So they gave me more things to pick and then an end boss name and the end boss description. Basically the same story. But now I'm going to tweak it to say, I love this, but could you number each, I don't know what I would say, Mad Lib? And can you make it more middle school friendly? Now, if I say friendly, it might be like all about sugar and marshmallows and blah, blah, blah. But if I say make it more middle school appropriate, let's see what that comes up with. All right, here we go. I like that. In the land of 5, that is the location. All right, I like that. As you step into the foreboding entrance, the air becomes thick with 9 tension. Whatever adjective they would come up with. This is where I would need a table. I would want a table, and we're going to generate that right now. Or very soon here. Okay. Last one. As you press on, the dungeon becomes more treacherous, and the challenge is more 9. More adjective. Eventually, you reach the lair of the notorious blank, a blank blank with blank. What is 18? Oh, yeah. See, look, they give examples here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Let's do this. I love all of that. Can you include examples of nouns, adjectives? What else we got in here? Just nouns and adjectives. No adverbs. Which is fine. I love all of that. Can you include examples of nouns and adjectives? You know what? Let's just. Can you include a D20 list of appropriate nouns and adjectives for this fantasy TTRPG Mad Lib story. All right, nouns, adjectives. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let me get my stuff ready. I wasn't planning on this, but let me grab something. Hang on. All right, I predict this will go poorly, but that's okay. So let me detach this. Let me do the only dice roller that matters. Roll dice. Let me detach that. Okay, here we go. All right, adjective number 16. Let me get my favorite writing utensil out. And I will number, what do we got here? Down to 18. This is going to take a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be super entertaining for you to hear. I just can't imagine being you and just being so excited listening to me count to 18. Probably skipped a number. All right. Okay. Let's roll. All right, how can I streamline this? Because I don't want to keep scrolling up and down. That is what it is. All right, adjective 16. 16th adjective is daring. Roll that die. Oh. 16 again. I would guess I would probably make a rule that once you roll it once, you shouldn't roll it again. All right, noun, plural, 16. Knights. Now, another thing I should say for me and my middle schoolers, this format is great because they love rolling dice. If you give them another reason to roll dice, they'll be all about it. Okay, creature type. Monster, ghost. Sure, we'll say ghost. Adjective for mysterious. All right, this is taking longer than I want for a podcast. So let's just give a little start. And of course, they're not in order. Okay, so let's go to 9. What is 9? 9 is an adjective. Let's roll for that. 7. Whispering. Okay, write down. Let's see if we get this right on the first try. 5. Oh, I gotta do 5. What is 5? In the land of... All right, there's not a table. So in the land of... Not Narnia, but Naruto-ia. Naruto-ia. Yep, perfect. Nailed it. 5, 1, 9... 2, got 6. Oh, gotta do 6. This is so amazing for you. Mysterious item. Okay, so I have to have more tables. Location, mysterious item, bad guys' names. Yeah. Okay, but let's just say it's a necklace. 6 is a necklace. And 8 is a number. See, a little too vague. Like, you know, some kid's going to obviously pick 69. So, sure, let's do that. All right, here we go. I hope. In the land of Narutoia, a daring dungeon stands as a testament to the whispering forces that once ruled the realm. Not gonna lie, freaking awesome. The whispering forces. Legend tells of a group of knights who dared to enter, seeking the fabled necklace. Oh, that needs the necklace of... The necklace of... We'll just be super boring. The necklace of power. Little did they know the dungeon was guarded by 69 fearsome ghosts, each more mysterious than the last. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe, using a sports term, I have hit a home run. I believe I have solved the other half of my problem. Giving kids a knowledge base, giving kids I'm looking for a very simple word right now. The encouragement to be a DM. This is perfect. I need more tables, but I think this is a story right here. And yes, 18 things to roll is probably too much. I probably need to shorten this up, but I'm going to save this. I don't want to lose it like my first one I had. And the story essentially writes itself. And like I said before, you could easily run this. One kid could run this, and then whoop, swap, roll all new dice, and now all of a sudden it's not 69 ghosts, it's 14 wolves. Totally different vibe, totally different combat, and then a different item. Not a necklace of power, but armor, a wizard's book of spells. Right? Doesn't have to be amazing. And I can and I will use ChatGPT to come up with a table. And then I'll call this system, what was it? Plot, a place, and a problem. You do not understand how good I feel about this. A plot, a place, and a problem. This home run, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to change middle schoolers' lives. All right. I could probably ramble on more things. This is going to be one of my shorter episodes, 48 minutes. I like to be around an hour, but you know what? It is what it is, and I don't need to bore you with making a table and coming up with this. If I actually come up with something halfway decent, I'll post it on the old Drive-Thru RPG, and it will be as simple as this. But you can take it, you can roll with it, and use it at your table. So that's all I got for you today. Keep being creative. See you in the next episode. Later.